Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me today. Today I want to talk to you about the benefits or not in hiring a certified pet dog trainer. In full disclosure, I have FOMO for learning, so education and certification in one's field is one of my biases. Most professional organizations have a certification requirement, but not the dog training one, or at least not in the US. You do need, for example, to have a certification and a license in order to cut someone's hair or to do their makeup. But the same protection is not extended to our dogs. In addition, dog trainers do not need to be insured or bonded, and they do not need a professional license. They might need a business license, but that is completely different from a professional license. However, in the US, there is a voluntary process of a third-party certification for dog trainers. It is called the Certification Council for Professional Dog Trainers, or CCPDT. And as you can see, there are different levels of certification. And one of the other things that I do like about being a CCPDT certified dog trainer is that we need to subscribe to LIMA, which stands for the Least Intrusive, Minimal Aversive, Effective Behavior Intervention. So again, it is part of what we are agreeing to do. And I will still recommend that people ask a CPDT trainer if they are complying with the LIMA standard, which I believe it is very important for the well-being of our dogs and frankly of ourselves as well. There are also other professional organizations that voluntarily certify their practitioners, such as the International Association of Animal Behavior Consultants. Their certified members have completed a rigorous application process, which includes evaluation by their peers, as well as at least either 500 hours of experience in the field, or for the certified members, associate certified members, 300 hours of experience. So as you can see, the gamut of education and experience is huge, from someone that perhaps decided one day that they love dogs and they just want to make a buck training them. The American College of Veterinary Behaviorists is the certifying board for veterinarians who have a specialty in behavior. So again, this is a specialty, so most veterinarians really get very little education when it comes to behavior. So my strong recommendation is, if you want to go the veterinarian route, that you really look into working with a board certified behaviorist. They are called diplomats. There are very few in the States. And by law, they need to work in conjunction with your regular vet, because they can't really assess or even suggest if they're not putting hands on the dog. So there is a process where your vet needs to be a liaison in order for you to be able to engage their services. But I think it's really worth considering, especially for those people that live in rural areas that might not have adequate help otherwise. Here are a few other noteworthy organizations that are available to help in behavior modification cases with your dog. The time has come for many of these pros, and seeing clients remotely can be done really, really well. So I would encourage anyone, especially anyone that lives in remote areas that does not have access to a qualified dog trainer, to really search for help online. It is absolutely worth doing, and it really depends more on the qualifications and the experience of the practitioner than the fact that the practitioner is not in the same room with your dog. Now let's look a little bit at schools and education in the field. And again, I'm talking about the US. There are quite a few schools. The two that I feel are most reputable because of their reputation and their curriculum are the Academy for Dog Trainers, which was created many years ago by Jean Donaldson. She still runs the academy. It used to be affiliated with the San Francisco SPCA in California, and you would have to go and get certified while you were working with the dogs right then and then. Now it's an online experience, but I am sure that the curriculum is still fantastic. And again, full disclosure, I attended the Academy for Dog Trainers while I was in San Francisco, so I have a very clear understanding of what that curriculum looks like and the level of practice that graduates have as a result of the curriculum, and Jean being the head of the school itself. There's also the Karen Pryor Academy, and you could see the KPA acronym next to the practitioner's name. Again, super reputable. It's a different format, but again, it's a school that I would recommend hands down. I think the curriculum is vast, and the application of the curriculum also is very, very good. Some additional recommendations for those of you who might need help with their dog. And this is especially salient when the issues are at hand are either aggression, fear, or anxiety versus just help because the dog needs some basic obedience or pulling on a leash. The level of know-how and hands-on experience that is required in order to do behavior modification with a dog that suffers from anxiety, aggression, or fear is exponential to someone that is just trained to do basic obedience. So just know that in case that you are looking for some qualifications and good help. My recommendations also is to ask for certifications and education with the person that you are contemplating working with. Ask them if they are insured and bonded. This can also tell you what their level of commitment to their own business is. Do they have any expertise in the area that you need help with? And by expertise, I mean hands-on. They have actually worked cases. Inform yourself also as to their methodology. Ask them, how are you going to be working with my dog? So you need to be very clear that the way that this person claims to be working with your dog is something that you are okay with. Don't just surrender your dog because they are the experts. Ask questions. And again, I would recommend looking for this Lima compliance, because it will tell you again that the methods that are being used are science-based and the least aversive possible. So aversive is anything that an animal fears or wants to escape. So it could be leash pops, hitting the dog, startling the dog, or worse. So just be knowledgeable about how this person plans to work with your dog. Some red flags, someone that guarantees results. It is unethical to guarantee any result in behavior. Behavior is really complex, so we can't really make guarantees as to how the dog is going to be performing for you in the future, because like I said, there's many intricacies to every case. One of them is client compliance. So yes, maybe the dog is going to learn wonderful skills, but if the client is not compliant, it's really difficult to give any sort of guarantee. So that to me is a really big red flag. This person does not understand the intricacies of behavior or is just very eager to get the job. Also, those that use terminology such as being the pack leader, the alpha, or dominance as a methodology. And they recommend using aversives, or they think this is the only way or the better way to change behavior, which it is not accurate. So I wish you well in your search for some help. And as always, you can shoot me an email if you need some recommendations. And as mentioned, I will be putting some links on the bottom of this video so that you can look into more detail into the organizations that I mentioned. Take care.